Germany's economy used to be something all of Europe looked up to. When something said, "Made in Germany," you knew it was good, and you could trust it. This strong economy was built on a few important things. One important thing was how much Germany traded and worked with other countries all over the world. Working with other countries helped Germany a lot for many years. Another big help was getting energy that didn't cost too much. These things helped German companies do well and sell their products to other countries. For many years, Germany did well and was stable because it sold so many things to other countries. The old way Germany's economy grew worked well for a long time. It was all about making really good things, especially cars and big machines. Selling lots of these things to other countries was the main reason for its success. This way of doing things needed other countries to be open to buying German goods. It also needed energy that wasn't too expensive, and some of that energy came from Russia. Having workers who knew their jobs well and always coming up with new engineering ideas also helped. But now the things that made this old way work are starting to fall apart. The world has changed a lot. Countries are not getting along as well as they used to. Energy now costs a lot more, and the prices change all the time. These changes show where Germany has some weak spots. It looks like the good old days of easy success for Germany's economy are ending. Germany's economic growth has pretty much stopped growing. The economy barely missed a recession, growing just 0.2% in late 2024. High costs and expensive borrowing slowed growth. The government hasn't invested enough in infrastructure. Roads, railways, and technology need updates. Red tape and bureaucracy slow down progress. Companies struggle with too many rules. This makes it hard for the economy to adapt. The war between Russia and Ukraine, which started in February 2022, was a big shock for Germany's energy. For many years, Germany depended a lot on natural gas from Russia that wasn't too expensive. Getting this gas was a big reason why German factories could make things and sell them at good prices, especially factories that use a lot of energy. When this gas suddenly stopped coming, and energy prices everywhere went way up, Germany was in a very tough spot. The time when energy was easy to get and didn't cost too much ended very suddenly and painfully. Germany had to quickly change all its plans for energy, and it cost a lot. Trying to use less Russian energy has been a huge job. Germany had to quickly find other places to get gas from. This meant building new places to bring in gas that's turned into a liquid to be shipped. It also meant rethinking how quickly it would stop using other kinds of energy. All of this costs a lot of money. It's also very hard to organize and do all these things. Germany is now working to get its energy from more different places so it's safer. But this will take a lot of time and money, and it's putting pressure on the economy and the government's money. Gap 2S. High energy prices are really hurting many German factories. Companies that make chemicals, metals, and other goods are hit especially hard. These kinds of businesses need a lot of energy to run. Because energy costs more, these companies are not making as much money as before. Germany's economy relies heavily on trade. About 30% of its GDP comes from exports. Global trade changes impact Germany significantly. The US and China are key trade partners. Uncertainty in global trade poses risks. Protectionism is rising, challenging free trade. Germany must adapt to a fragmented trade landscape. President Trump may impose new tariffs. This could affect Germany's exports to the US. The fact that Germany is selling less to other countries is a clear sign of problems. Like we said, Germany sold less in September 2024 because people around the world, especially in China, weren't buying as much. This isn't just a one-time thing. The amount of things made in factories also went down by 2.5% at the same time. These numbers are scary for a country like Germany, where making things in factories is so important. The part of Germany's economy that sells things to other countries, which used to make Germany rich, is clearly having trouble. When this slows down, it affects the whole economy in big ways. German companies that sell to other countries are facing many problems all at once. Higher energy prices are a big problem, making it cost more to make things. More competition from other countries, especially in Asia, means German companies are not selling as much as they used to in important areas. Because the world's economy is slowing down, people and businesses are not buying as many German machines or everyday products. Companies are finding it hard to change and deal with this new, tougher situation. German factories are still known for making good quality things and for great engineering, but that's not enough anymore to be sure they will do well. The old way German factories used to work is not working so well anymore. This old way often meant hiring other companies in Eastern Europe to do some work more cheaply. It also got help when the US military paid German companies to make some high-tech things. Most importantly, it depended on getting cheap energy and parts from other countries. Germany's car industry, famous all over the world for its great engineering, is in a big crisis. The mood among people in this very important industry got much worse in October 2024. A research group called the IFO Institute said it was the worst it has been since February 2022. It dropped by 4.3 points to a very low -27.7. This shows that car makers and the companies that supply them parts are very worried about the future. There are many problems like high costs, changes in what people want to buy, and tough competition from other countries. The German car industry, which used to seem like it could never lose, is clearly having a hard time now. Big German car companies are having to make big, tough changes. Volkswagen, one of the biggest car makers in the world, has said it plans to close some factories. It's also getting ready to let some workers go in Germany because it costs so much to make cars there. A company that makes parts for factories, Schaeffler Group, said it will cut many jobs in Europe. 2,800 of those jobs will be lost in Germany, out of 4,700 total cuts. These are not just a few separate problems. They show a bigger sickness that's hurting everyone in the car business, from big companies to small ones that make parts. How well German cars are selling in important countries, especially China, is also a big worry. Sales of famous German cars like Volkswagen and BMW have gone down in China, where there's a lot of competition. Mercedes-Benz has warned that it might not make as much money as expected, which means they see hard times ahead. Germany's money problems are being made worse by big political problems inside the country. The group of parties that were ruling the country together, led by Chancellor Olaf Scholz, suddenly fell apart in November 2024. This happened because the parties in the group had very strong disagreements they couldn't solve. Big arguments were about goals for helping the climate, which really split them apart. When they didn't do well in local elections, it made things even tenser between the parties in charge. The fact that the economy wasn't growing, and arguments about what to do about it, also caused fights inside the government, which finally made it fall apart. The political problems got much worse on November 6, 2024. Chancellor Scholz made a big move and fired the finance minister Christian Lindner. Lindner is the boss of the Free Democratic Party, or FDP, which supports businesses. After Lindner was fired, his party, the FDP, said all of its leaders would leave the government group. This basically ended the team-up of the three parties. Chancellor Scholz is now expected to ask the German parliament, called the Bundestag, if they still support him. This will happen on December 16, 2024. Most people think this is a step towards having new elections for the whole country sooner than planned. Because the government is not stable, many people expect there will be new national elections soon. These elections might happen as early as February 2025. In the meantime, the country is in a period where nobody is sure what will happen with the government. A feeling of worry and doubt has spread all through German businesses. In October 2024, a very worrying 41.5% of German companies said they didn't have enough orders for their products or services. The IFO Institute said this is the highest number like this since the big money problems in 2009. It's even worse than during the worst time of the COVID-19 pandemic. When so many companies don't have orders, it means customers are very hesitant to buy new things or spend money. This shows there's a lot of uncertainty about the economy and fear of a recession. The bad mood is especially strong in some important types of businesses. In factories that make things, 47.7% of companies said they didn't have enough orders. It was even worse for companies that make or work with metal. A huge 68.3% of them didn't have enough orders. This shows that factories are making much less stuff. On top of these problems in Germany, prices going up in other European countries has made the European Central Bank raise interest rates, which is the cost of borrowing money. When it costs more to borrow money, German companies are less likely to spend on new things. This creates a bad cycle where there's not much happening and everyone feels worried. Besides these problems that come and go, Germany also has some long-term problems with its people. These are big, long-lasting challenges for its economy. The people in Germany are getting older quickly. Germany's economy is facing a crisis with many different problems at once. It's not just one thing, but a mix of long-term weaknesses, global shocks, and political trouble. Germany's economy, once strong, has stopped moving forward. The old strengths are now weaker or causing problems. A big strong plan is needed, but it's going to be very hard. Experts say things look pretty bad right now. Niels Janssen says Germany's economy has been stuck since early 2022. It's a perfect storm of high energy costs and worker pay. Businesses also face high taxes. Global uncertainty, like the war in Ukraine, makes the future unclear. Germany must now deal with a harder, unpredictable world. Leaders need to make strong decisions and act fast. Big changes are needed for German businesses to compete better. A lot of money needs to be spent on new technologies. This includes more computers, clean energy, and new infrastructure.